Hey, this is Dancing Rabbit for another late pagan perspective. Here I am at work early and we're doing all kind of testing craziness, so I really need to talk fast. I have a lot to say on this topic of curses. Hopefully some of it will be useful. Very early on, coming into paganism as basically a book-taught neo-Wiccan, solitary Wiccan-based pagan, I firmly was committed to the Wiccan Rede, and it harm none, do as you will, and the concept of the law of three, or the law of return, that things come back to you in threes. If you put out good, it comes back to you three times. You put out harmful stuff, it comes back to you three times. So don't curse. That's just like forbidden. Don't do it. Um, Over the years, my views, particularly coming in contact with hoodoo and brujeria here in southern Texas, my views have changed somewhat. Um, I think that there are some circumstances where cursing or hexing, where harmful magic is warranted. I don't think it's nearly as often as some seem to believe it is, where you just fling curses left and right anytime you don't like something or somebody. It's a serious matter for a couple of reasons. I'm not a real believer anymore in karma, that stuff absolutely does come back to you. But I think that if you if you harbor, if you direct enough energy to actually do a curse, you change yourself somewhat. You become a somewhat different person than you were. Uh, a meaner, I don't know, maybe tougher person, but you change yourself if nothing else. So cursing is not something at all to be done lightly. Uh, in the brujeria traditions, the idea is that if you must do some terrible deed, that you do it quickly and you accept responsibility for it. And I think the accept responsibility, it really is key. For example, if I were extremely upset with someone had drastically harmed me, and I went over to their house, banged on the door, and when they opened it, punched them in the face, that would take some degree of courage. Um, there would be repercussions. Perhaps they would punch me back. Probably they would call the police and charge me with assault, and there would be all of those repercussions. But there would be repercussions. There would be um, less than pleasant results. And I think that some what I would call Gothic witches, and I don't mean any disrespect to those of you who are in the Goth subculture. I'm talking Gothic in the sense of a Gothic horror novel. Um, People who seem to delight in the ooky spookiness of witchcraft. I think that what some of them are looking for is a stealthy way to get revenge, to get back at someone. That if you go over and punch them out, there are obvious repercussions. They know who done it. But if you cast some spell on them, then they sicken or shrivel up or have bad luck or die, and they don't know who did it, or really if anybody did it. And so you get away with it, sort of. I think that if you feel like that you really need to curse someone, first look at the possibility of other less violent spell work, or possibly just dropping it and getting away from the person. Letting it go as opposed to taking revenge. Revenge is not justice. But there might be that rare occasion, and I've encountered it at least twice in my pagan life, where I believed that the person needed cursing, and I did. I have lit a DUME candle on two occasions. That's DUME, destruction unto my enemies. It's a blacklist candle. I didn't curse them to death, but I did invoke justice upon them. And I did incur some, I guess you would call maybe blowback, repercussions from it. But I think if you're going to do something like that, if you firmly believe that it is justified, be prepared for whatever consequences happen. And if you are prepared, if you're prepared to take responsibility for your actions, then, proceed onward. That may not be the answer some of you are looking for or expecting out of me, but for now that's my answer. And by the way, if you go to Amazon.com, look for Way of the Horn God Kindle Edition. It's on sale for 99 cents for the rest of this month. So, till next time, Dancing Rabbit. Bye-bye.